Yo guys, Leggy here and welcome to a new video. I have not uploaded in absolutely ages, but we're going to be looking at my Trading212 portfolio. So first question you're probably asking is, how much do we have within the portfolio? And the answer would be £10,642.79. Um, so if I just get a screen grab, basically this is increased exponentially every month. For the last few months, it's been slowly adding. We are at all-time high, so obviously that's something we need to be really careful of because, the market can crash. It just can't go up, 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 up forever. But that's exactly what we're doing. So what's our plans? So we're going to start off looking at the £5 a day we've been adding to the S&P 500. So we've got £2,750 just under in this account. It's 7.5% up. And we've just been adding 5% to this, £5 a day to this. I will do till the end of time. I want to get this to about 10 grand within, and then so I'm aiming for 10 grand in this one, and then £1,000 in all of our other pies, which I will go into in a second. So yeah, this is going all right, but as I said, it won't go up forever. So if you're new to investing, obviously the S&P 500 tracks the top 500 companies in the USA. It pays a quarterly dividend, and the other ETFs can't tend to outperform it, which makes it a solid position in a lot of people's portfolio. So if I go into our other ETFs we're holding, we've got the Vanguard FTSE All World. So this is to get holdings within the rest of the world, basically. So a bit of diversification. We've also got the high dividend yield. So basically, when the market goes into turmoil, basically high dividend stocks tend to hold their value because people are holding for the dividend. So they tend to hold out a market downturn, basically. So we've got basically the high dividend yield, the FTSE All World, the FTSE 250. The reason why we hold FTSE 250 is because basically, one, it holds a high dividend. And why is this? This is because it's basically the top 250 companies within the UK. And the UK is a much more mature market than America, meaning that it pays a higher dividend because a lot of the companies have been around a lot longer. Then we've got the Nasdaq 100. So this has got a real overlap between the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, but Nasdaq concentrates on tech stocks, which have been a strong narrative throughout this bull run, which is why a lot of stocks have increased in value. So our next pie, which we have got £1,000 in, is the REITs, a real estate investment trust. Sorry. So why have we invested in this? Basically, the rates, everyone thinks they're going to get cut. When this is, no idea. But basically, the Bank of England rates are so high at the moment that this means that people are just holding cash because they can get good returns. But when these rates are cut, the rates which people will get back on their cash will lower, which means people will look for alternatives to invest this cash to get, a certain return. Which people, think that REITs could be this option when rates are cut. So really, it's just a gamble on whether the rates are cut. But it's a good option because they also are really frequent dividend payers. I mean, a lot of the ones in this pie are either quarterly or even monthly. So we've got a long-term pie, and as I said, I really want to have £1,000 in all of the other pies, but this one is slightly below it at the moment. The others we've hit it. This one is only £400. So we've got £600 to go basically. And yeah, I'm hoping to get there, but we'll just take a bit of time, a few paydays. So we've got Markle Group, Brookfield, Blackstone, KKR and Co, Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is my favourite one on this one. Slow growth, and I love their investing philosophy. But the interesting addition in this pie is actually 3i Infrastructure. So they basically are very specialised in the fact that they focus on like airport equipment. So yeah. So Mag 7, as I said beforehand, the AI has been a massive narrative for why stocks have boomed. And that means that Mag 7 have been, so there's basically Magnificent Seven are include Meta Platforms, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, and Alphabet. And they have accounted for 30% of the market capitalization, which is why, the S&P 500 has been up so much. So I've invested in them, but gamble with this is that if you look at stocks, which were like the top of the S&P 500, and you look at them in 10 years' time, it tends to be much different. But at the same time, you don't want to miss out on what these companies are doing because of, the work in AI and how transformative it is. So yeah, that's why we have got extra money in these stocks. So we've got an industrial pie, which is basically up the most out of all our stocks. So this is because a lot of them had really low PE ratios at the time, which is why we invested in it, and it seems to have paid off. And a lot of them are high dividend payers. For example, Greencoat UK Wind just about to hit its ex-dividend date. So we've also got a financial pie, which I won't go into that much because it's just, financial stocks. Um, I can't say that I'm that excited about financial stocks because when trouble happens, they plummet, and we've seen the bank crisis recently. But I just thought, again, they were at a decent price, so I'd invest a bit of money. They tend to pay dividends. Um, but yeah, I won't probably put more than this £1,000 in it. So diversified growth, this pie is basically 10 stocks which I have got, absolute belief in, I absolutely love. So we've got BAE Systems, which is up 10%. This partially because they've got loads of big contracts this year. Their performance has been great. And also, obviously, you've got to look at geopolitical side of it with war happening, unfortunately. That's why I didn't want to invest in more of these companies because, like ethics, and just don't want to make blood money. But BAE Systems, I like how they're operating outside of that. GSK, so really in this pie, we're trying to get one of like every part of the market. So GSK is healthcare, obviously. So we got GSK because it's holding a really nice dividend. It's in a lot of UK dividend pies. BT Group, so telecommunications, a lot of people have lost faith, and you can see this by a lot of the performance of a lot of stocks. But because BT Group has, one, got a high dividend, two, is at an all-time low, which I just want to rephrase that means absolutely nothing. A stock being at all-time low, it can continue to crash. But BT Group, basically, I do like it because they have diversified into a lot as a company. So obviously they've got EE, they've got BT, and yeah, they just seem to be expanding. But we'll see. That one's a bit of a gamble. We've got Alibaba. This is because I wanted a bit of exposure to China, but I didn't want to like go really in. So Alibaba just seemed like the best price company at the time. That's why I went for it. National Grid is another one which is part of a lot of UK dividend pies. PayPal, a lot of people love this stock as well. I think it's to do with mostly the CEO. Legal in General, another one found in a lot of UK dividend pies because they increased their dividend year on year. Oracle, I like this one because of their work with crypto basically, and they seem to be growing. This one actually increased by quite a lot at one point because I believe they actually introduced a dividend. And then ASML and Novo Nordisk. These two are actually ASML and Novo Nordisk, probably butchered that, but basically there's a European version of the Magnificent Seven, which is called Granolas. Why they went for a cereal name, but these two are basically two of the highest market cap companies within Europe. Novo Nordisk actually does a lot of weight loss drugs, so that's why that stock is, blown up this year because weight loss and money print together. But yeah, so we've also got a blockchain pie, which was £100 up at one point. Obviously, the nature of blockchain is that it's very volatile, so we're minus £70. So I imagine over the years this will be very up and down, just like crypto. But actually, a lot of loss is AMD. I'm surprised. It's probably because people have lost conviction in it. Broadcom, IBM, Palo Alto Networks, Supermicro Computer, MicroStrategy, and Coinbase are both performing very well, and that's because Bitcoin's done very well this year, and they tend to reflect those. But then the Bitcoin mining stocks so far haven't really reflected that, with them being a lot down, but I don't have huge amount of monies in that anyway, so it's absolutely fine. That one I'm gonna wait till the end of the month because it's just dropped below the £1,000 threshold I wanted. I will top it up to 1,000 if it needs it. It's only £9, and with how volatile that is, it could go either way, basically. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.